How did I discover Jenna? I think I heard Jenna's Arrival on MySpace. I think I heard him on MySpace. What struck me first about it was, okay, this is in keeping with what's going on today. Guy's got a good voice. Oh, there's only 2 songs. Well, let's go, let's seek out the management.
They're just getting the music out there. Whatever it takes to make that work is what we'll do.
They've got something going for them,
It's like I said to those guys, you need to work on this, this, and this. They came back, and the first time I've heard them, like in a couple months, I was like, wow, they actually been working, and I respect that.
So this guy's been calling us a lot. That we first called us and he said, all right, well, I just want to hear 2 more songs. I love them. And then we're trying to get out here to record. Like Tommy was doing Clear Static, we couldn't do it. And he's like, all right, I just need 1 more song. So we're like, all right, we're trying to get out there. And then like Bull just got signed, so Tommy was doing her record. And he's like, oh, can't get that other song. They're like, all right, screw which one to sing.
The thing that I'm wanting to see when I go see them is the front man. Is he gonna deliver it? Is he sexy? You know what I mean? Are the chicks gonna dig him? Are they gonna want to jump him? Is he gonna sell records? Because at the end of the day, this is a business. I'm really looking to see that kid deliver, be a star. I mean, you got to be a star.
No worries.
Jenna's Arrival, they'll be successful if they stick with it eventually, because they've already got, they've gotten this far, so they're obviously talented.
By the time we come out to see a band, we've learned to listen for a long time and not just jump.
What's positive? They showed up. That's positive. Most of these people, they'll be like, yeah, we'll be there, and then someone won't show up, or they'll call like last minute and be like, oh, we have to reschedule. So you always have to be prepared for that, which I always tell everyone. You can't hate on anybody because that's just the way the music industry is. Nobody calls you back, and then if you call them all the time, then you're calling them too much, then you're a pain in the ass. So it's just like you just gotta let it go. You can't take anything personally. It's like I learned that, you know what I mean, when I started out. It's like I'd always be like, what the fuck, man? What's wrong with these people? It's the music industry.
A&R guys are very much to me like directors of movies and all. They want that stuff from their era. Once you get to the president of these companies and all, they want stuff where they go, you want the feeling of when you saw the great bands that you guys grew up with.
Like my wife, dude, sometimes she'll be like, that sucks. I'll be like, I don't give a f what you think. I was like, you know what? I love it. And I don't care, man. It's like, let's see if the kids like it.
This band doesn't give me that feeling, but again, like there's some hit songs.
If you got some guy in his 40s at a record company, I don't expect him to get it. You know what I mean? If we're playing gigs and 18-year-old kids are flipping out and f***ing doing this and that, dude, you're not supposed to get it.
Do we see that little kernel, the little seed that we could, sprinkle water on, that he could, pull out of this band, hit songs that, are as good as, Mr. Brightside, as good as the Killers, or, can they be on that level? Because that's the only level we're looking to deal with.
So we'll discuss after we leave here what we thought of them as people. Are they going to hang together? Is this a good business thing to do? What about Tommy?
I thought they were good, you know what I mean? It's not like where you look at it and go, this is the shit. Because it's not the shit yet, you know what I mean? Like the 2 songs I really think are amazing, you know what I mean? Like they're hit songs. The other 2 I definitely think need work, you know what I mean? Which we'll definitely be working on.
I like the throwback guys.
Yeah.
So do I.
Honestly,
so do I.
Honestly,
I think
that's where I want to be.
Too. They're true. Too.
If they have money, and I'm not saying we have to all get rich, but we have. Realistically, we have to get enough money to get you guys out of your real job, because we can't do this half-assed. We've already seen how hard it is to do it now.
do they come from? This place that's all in my mind, silly games.
Something about a girlfriend, or like one night we played a show and Anthony had just broken up with his girlfriend, and what does she do? She shows up at the show with some other guy and stands right in front of him. And he goes, dude, I'm gonna get on stage, I'm gonna cuss her out, and I'm gonna talk. Can't do it, man. Because it just so happens the guy she's there with is the guy who booked the show. He's the promoter. I'm like, dude, you can't do it. Here's what you can do. Say, you know what? This song's about a chick who broke my heart, and I swear to God, I'll never let that happen again. If I ever see her again, I'll kill her. You know what I'm saying, Em?
No, straight up.
You feeling me?
Feel you, I feel you. That's why I say dump the girlfriends now before it gets too late.
Just a couple months ago, it was just crazy because every band rehearses like every day, you know. So I have rehearsals during the day, and then at night I record. You know what I mean? Like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then while I'm recording, these guys are still hanging out, drinking in the pool, and you know, and just having fun.
Look at Jacob. Let me go get you a towel, dude.
I don't need a towel. I'm going back in. It's so nice. You guys
Okay, but
put your suits on.
the man will be very happy.
It's kind of crazy, you know. I still don't know how I put up with it, but it's just like, you know, I just try and give these guys, you know, I'd rather have them do it here instead of somewhere else, because at least here it's like they don't have to drive, they could stay here, you know what I mean? If someone's had a little bit too much to drink or whatever, they could stay here, you know what I mean? Because this is a safe environment here. There's nothing like, you know, hard drugs or any other stuff. These kids want to hang out and drink and go in the pool naked and do whatever, get laid. Go do it here, you know what I mean? Just wear a condom.
I'm Chelsea. I'm the drummer's girlfriend, Rob. Those guys were so fun and like crazy and rock stars. Like the day that kid had a girlfriend and she moved out here, and he was no longer like appealing to even like me. Like even though I wasn't interested, we were like friends or whatever. But you can see it was like his spirit broke. He didn't have that like light-hearted like step, and like he wasn't just like fuck you, I don't care, because he's always looking over his shoulder, going like, where is she? They told us they wouldn't be with us if they didn't love us. So, but the best will come out of it, I guess. Never, you know, he wouldn't be alone. He wouldn't hang out here anymore because she's like, you know, what do you do over there? Blah, 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 you know, and it was just like, oh my God. And then it's just all, I'm like, why? I'm like, why do you need to do that to yourself? Why is it that you feel like you have to have somebody who's, you know, they're distracting you, you know, like, she knows she's distracting him, it's a given. But he's like, well, you know, I met her and she's amazing, and I don't want to ruin the opportunity or whatever. I'm like, you know what? If she really loves you, this opportunity will stand. This opportunity won't. Because guess what? In a couple of years, you're gonna be past your like prime, so to speak, in the like, you know, young, appealing, hot boy, you know, music industry thing or whatever. I'm like, you don't want to be looking back regretting that, because chances are, if she really likes you, she'll like understand, and you guys can still be friends or whatever, and she can, you know, you'll see her again. But this you may never see again.
How you doing? Tommy Henriksen here. What I do is I'm a producer. I find bands, people turn me on in bands, and I get people record deals. But this is it. This is my studio. This is where I do everything in my house. And this is Club Zoozer. That's what we're calling it. It's all about good times. There's bad times here also, but it's never bad where it's bad. It's just like disagreements, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's all about the artist and their vision and my vision. And it's all about making great music that actually can connect to a lot of people. I have Jenna's Rival, which I'm doing some stuff for right now, which is still fairly new. I'll show you those guys. They're funny. They're like the Gallagher brothers. All they do is fight. And I gotta pull them apart, and they're always fighting and bitching and moaning and complaining. That's just the way it is. Made up, a week too late. Something like that, you know what I mean? Born a week too late. Yeah, just get that. There's no cure for me. Like made up, born a week too late. One thing, I hate yelling. I fucking hate it. When I gotta yell. you gotta remember something. When you're dealing with singers are fucking sensitive, and when everyone in the background's going, I'm saying, and doing fucking harmonies, going laughing and shit like that, it's not good for him, dude. Because this makes my job fucking harder. Because when I deal with singers, it's like you're like a fucking psychiatrist. It's not fucking about their vocals, it's a mind game. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you gotta keep on building them up. What are you smiling at?
I'm sorry.
You know what, you guys, man, you better start taking this shit a little more fucking serious.
Tommy Henriksen is amazing. I think Tommy takes a song where you think you want it to go, but you're not quite sure. And then once you hear it, you feel stupid for not being able to get it there yourself. I will taste your blood on
All right.
my lips.
Am I gonna have to sing that salivates part high too?
You know what? I know you probably really like those lyrics there, but like the first part is when you're saying you're out for revenge, dude. Everyone can relate to that. When you start singing about taste the flower and salivates me, I mean that's where you lose me a little bit. Cause on this shit, it's like I feel your pain, bro. You know what I mean? But all of a sudden you're saying I taste the flower. I think you could do something like fucking I taste your blood. Fucking, you know, something that's a little more aggro. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but the whole song that's supposed to be like mad though. That's the only reason why.
Taste your tail.
The whole song that's supposed to be like that.
Hang on. I believe me. I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
Basically, I'm like not mad. I'm just asking, and during that part, the part where you hear the word revenge, because I know it's like a negative word. I'm just asking if this person's out for revenge. I'm not mad. I'm not even mad at the person.
Why not?
Because I'm not.
You are now.
But you should be.
All right. So the thing. All right. So, but let me just listen to this again because I definitely think, dude, it's almost like I get in this debate with the guy from Revis sometimes because it's like, dude, he's singing about chromosomes and entities. I'm like, dude, come on, man. I mean. All the other lyrics in the song I think are great. That's the only thing that sticks out to me where I go, oh, you know what I mean? And if you want to say taste your flower and salivates me, I'll go with you on it. But I'm just letting you know, dude, I think you could do something cooler. Let's listen to the chorus again. Hang on.
Taste of all my tears.
See us.
She's leaving. You don't know me like you think you know.
What happens is a lot of singers, they write these lyrics, they get lazy, they don't want to write something else. They're like, that's it. That's cool.
I still taste your flower, salivates me till the end.
Do you know what I'm saying or no? Or do you like?
I when I wrote it, I loved it.
I know, but sometimes I think what happens is people don't ever want to push the boundaries because they're like, it's good enough. And
it's a metaphor.
I think he could do better than that. I really do. You ever see the movie? I tell everybody I work with, watch the movie Swimming with Sharks. Kevin Spacey's fucking amazing. This is one of the catchphrases that I go by. Shut up, listen, and learn. That's how you're going to be the next biggest thing. I'm telling you right now. Check that out. Read that. It's the truth. Go rent the movie. I'm telling you. Do you some good.
I've been singing my whole life, just like kind of for like church and school and whatever. But after I had hung out with the guys a couple times when they were recording their first album in Sound City, I met Tommy there. And then
I'll tell you what I saw in her. I saw a beautiful girl. I mean, I was in the studio recording the Clear Static record, and she was just hanging out with the guys because they all went to high school together.
they invited me to a showcase over at SIR, and I was like, oh wow, yeah, because they hadn't seen me in a while. Like, it was this period of time where they were just busy recording, doing a bunch of stuff, and like living it up, sort of.
So when I was making the record, and she was at the studio one day, I was like, who's that over there? Like, oh, this girl, Emily Belay. I was like, I gotta meet her.
See, because back when we were like, when they were recording, like we were just kind of having fun partying afterwards, and one of my friends plays piano, he was playing piano, and I was just singing and just we were messing around, kind of like drunk, just being stupid, and he was like, I didn't know you could sing, and I'm like, oh yeah, the guys didn't tell you, and Jacob's like, oh yeah, she can sing.
You know what I mean? So she came over, and I was like, do you sing? And she's like, yeah, in the shower, kind of, you know, I do stuff. I was like, when I have some time, when I'm done doing this record, I was like, I want to sit down with you, and I'll have you sing something. So I put this track together, and she came in one day, and I just said, this is what we're gonna do, blah, blah, blah. She came in, I was sitting right here, and she was right there. And I swear to God, I hit record and she started singing, and I turned around and I looked at Michael David, the guitar player in Clear Static, who also like writes a lot of the stuff with me for Valet, and Brady, who like my collaborator with Emily, you know. And he just turned around and looked at me. He's like, "No way!" And I was like, "Dude, this, we got lucky."
And then he's like, I'm really looking for a girl, for a female artist or whatever. And Tommy's sitting there and he goes, I got one.
This guy Dave from American Eyes, who plays with Clear Static a lot, like at the Key Club, and he was his band. You know, I played him his stuff and he loved it. He's like, I want to play for my friend Ryan O'Donnell at Interscope. So I was like, cool. I know Ryan from when I was in his punk band called Boink 4 years ago with another girl singing that Ryan really liked, but we couldn't get a deal.
We came in here and did a demo of 5 songs because we were doing it with the idea in mind of having it for that guy.
So he came over here one day and I played him the belay stuff, and he was like, if you played out with this, you got a band? I was like, no. He's like, if you put a band together with this, he's like, I want to do something with it.
That's sort of how it happened, and it happened really fast, and then all of a sudden they were like, okay, next week you're playing a show, you're showcasing for this and this. I'm like, I've never played live in my life, like live music in my life, never performed like that. And my first showcase was for Interscope.
So I put the band together, and it was really cool the way it worked out. We did one show, he came to the first show, and he's like, and it's the first gig she's ever played out, like ever, you know, and it was amazing. And so he was like, all right, I thought it was really good, and he didn't know this was the first gig, and I was like, this is the first show ever. He was like blown away by that. He's like, let's keep on doing shows, and as soon as I think you guys are ready, I'll bring down Ron Fair from A&M. So we did another show, he came down, he's like, dude, it's just getting better and better. And all of a sudden we did another show, the third show, he was like, we're ready to go. So Ron Fair came down to, I think, like the 4th gig, and it was at the Key Club, it was packed. He came down at night, he was like, you got a deal. The band is so good too, you know what I mean? And that was cool, because the whole thing, it wasn't like, it's belay in the Metro Valley Express, that's what we call it, because we're a bunch of metrosexuals.
We are all very DIY here, very much like do it yourself, like we make everything. It's like I make most of the stuff I wear on stage, I make our jewelry, we make our everything, I make.
Because as soon as the first gig we did, I didn't know how she was going to be on stage. I'm sitting, dude, I've done forget, I've been playing longer than she's been alive, you know what I mean? So I'm playing, I'm like, it's going to be curious for me to see how this girl is. And I swear to God, I'm sitting on stage, I'm going, this band looks pretty cool. You know, and I'm sitting there doing my thing, I'm looking at her, I'm going, you know, I'd fucking bang her, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? She's got this thing where, you know, she sucks you in, you know what I mean? It's really sexual. So it just went really, I mean, it was just like that.
It happened super fast.
I mean, it's as easy as it sounds, it really wasn't, because I was working on it for over a year and a half, but it took only 4 gigs to get a deal, because that's how good she was live, you know? All right, enough of this bullshit. Hey, MTV, come join me. I'm Tommy Henriksen, and let's find the next big fucking thing. It's like when I watch Making of the Band, I'm looking at P. Diddy, I'm going, all right, what's he worth, $1 billion? And it's like, I sit back sometimes and I go, man, you know, getting kids cheesecake, I understand what he's trying to do, you know what I mean? It's all about discipline and everything like that, but it's like, come on, dude. You know what I mean? It's like, that stuff is so put together. And it's like, I don't go out and put bands together. I don't go, all right, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna make a band. Dude, that is like so fucking like ridiculous. I'm gonna make a band and then I'm gonna put it on MTV and everyone's gonna buy it because I made it and it's great. It's like so contrived that it's like kids, you think are gonna go, wow, man, it's cool. Maybe for a minute they'll look at it and be like, oh yeah, I want to do that, because they get sucked in the whole thing. It's like, I'm gonna be a millionaire, you know? P. Diddy's gonna make me rich and famous, you know? No, dude, you're gonna make yourself rich and famous. Yeah, he'll get you there a little quicker, but you better save your money, and he's gonna be taking all of it, I can tell you that. You know? It's like, yeah, I don't do that. It's like, I find bands that are already made, you know what I mean? That have been playing together, you know what I mean? That it's a different approach, you know what I mean? I'm not making a band. I'm trying to help bands, you know what I mean? Like if P. Diddy was out there helping bands, I'd be like, all right, that's cool, I like that, you know, that's a great approach. Believe me, give me $1 billion in MTV, I could put a band together and blow your shit away, man. It's pretty funny. Shit. I'm out here with no money. I got no help. F*** P. Diddy, help f***ing me out. I'll fucking make money for you. You know? Give me some of that shit. It's unbelievable. I sit back and go, dude, making the band. You know, all right, we're gonna put you guys in a bunch of choreographers. Yeah, that's really hard to do. You know what I mean? It's like, how about just finding people that actually do that? You know? Let them be themselves. You know what I mean? Instead of making them into what you want. You know, that's what I don't get. It's like, dude, you're making them what you want. It's like, how about putting them in a room and let's see who writes a song. And let's see who comes out with a song. You know what I mean? It's like, is anybody writing that shit? No, it's fake. It's bullshit. It is. It's fucking bullshit, man. That's why the music industry is the way it is, because it's all fucking contrived shit that fucking is just homogenized because I'm gonna do this. And, you know, it's just shit. I just can't stand it. You know, seriously, I'm not dissing him. I mean, dude, the guy's not dissing him. He's done everything. No, I'm not dissing him. I'm just dissing him in a way. It's just like, dude, you're doing it the wrong way.
Your way is real.
That's exactly it. It's real because I got no money and I'm doing it the real way. I'm not like bankrolled from fucking, you know, whoever. You know, I'm sitting out in Van Nuys in the Valley, not fucking Miami or in some fucking big, you know, office. Oh, look at me, dude. I'm in Van Nuys. I need some help.